Let us learn a few details about Viminfo and how to save and restore this file. The help topic on Viminfo provides these details. After editing for a while, you will have text in registers, marks in various files, a command line history filled with carefully crafted commands, and so on. When you exit Vim, all of this info is lost, but you can get it back. The Viminfo file is designed to store status information. These are command line and search pattern history, text in registers, marks for various files, the buffer list, and global variables. Each time you exit Vim, it will store this information in a file, that is the Viminfo file. When Vim starts again, the Viminfo file is read and the information is restored. Let us see a simple example. Suppose I search for the string register and let's say I copy the third line. I want to copy this line YY and let me mark this location to the register B, so MB. So I have done three actions here. My search term is register. I have copied the line and I have marked this location to the register B. Now I am going to exit this file and I am going to open it again. Let us see if those details were saved. If I press the N key, it should search the last search pattern. So our last search pattern was register. Now if I press N, it should go to the first match with register. And that works. Next, I had copied this line. So if I use P, then that particular line should be pasted. So I'm going to press P. And yes, that line is indeed present in the default register. Next, we had marked a location to the register B. So if I use backtick B, it should go to that exact location. And you can see that exact location was found using the mark. Now let me just undo and clear the search. So as demonstrated, such information is saved to the Viminfo file and automatically restored when you open Vim again. Let us continue. Previously, we saw how to use the mksession command to save details like position of the cursor, window layout, and so on. But by default, this command will not save the Viminfo file. You will have to save and restore this file separately. So how to do that? To save the file, you can use W and Viminfo followed by a file name. If you use the exclamation mark, then only the current internal Viminfo contents will be saved to this particular file. Otherwise, you will get a merged output based on current internal Viminfo contents and the file contents. So this is for saving the current internal Viminfo contents. To read, you can use the rviminfo command. And again, by using exclamation, you can override any existing internal settings to provide the same file as was used to save the information. Similar to sessions, you can use a command line option to provide a file name from which the Viminfo has to be restored. Let us see a demonstration. Let's go to the start of the file and let me change a few things. So let me search for the term history and let me copy this line YY and let us mark another location. So I'm going to mark this location to the same register B. Now let us save the session. So make session and let me use exclamation so that any previously saved session will be overwritten. So I'm going to use proj.vim. So session is saved and I'm going to write the viminfo to proj.viminfo and let us add the exclamation mark as well. So we have saved the session details and the viminfo file. Now let us quit and let us open some other file and let us perform some operations. So let's say I search for error and let me go to the third line and copy that. So I can show that I have copied it by pasting it. Let me undo that and let me go to the start of the file and mark that to the B register. Let me quit and let me open this file again. You will notice that viminfo was automatically saved and restored. So if I paste, it gives me this line, and if I use n, it goes to error, and if I use backtick B, it goes to the start of the file. So let me undo and quit this file. So previously we were working with the viminfo file. We saved a session as well as viminfo which was particular to that session. So now let us see how we can restore that. So vim, and I can use the uppercase S option to give the session file and I option to give the viminfo file. So now I should get back to the previous state while I was working with the viminfo file. And you can see previously it was highlighted by the history term and cursor was in this location. So let us check by pasting. So I'll use P. So you can see this line was copied. So that is in the default register. Let me undo. And when I press N, so you already saw that history was the term which was highlighted. So N moves between those two terms. And what else we did? We marked a location. So backtick B. It goes to this point. So after we had saved this session as well as the viminfo file, we worked with some other project and I also showed that the viminfo was updated for that particular file. So when we switch to some other project, if you had saved the session and viminfo file, you can quickly get back to the state when you left that particular project. For more details, you can go through the help topic viminfo-read-write.